Alright, it's been a while since I have posted anything about my writings. I've been busy building this space where I can do this, and lots of other people, as part of a collective, can do this and have fun. So, I got very heavy into, I brought the scalpel out on the edit. So everything I've previously recorded on YouTube and posted, that's now null and void. That the book's changed a lot, but I mean just in the pace in which it's written and the details that have been added and the ones that have been removed. So I have continued to do that intermittently in between finalizing this studio and planning to build a house. And I think that was the correct order, because as soon as this place is humming, just running, I'm fucking off to Vietnam to go and live as a dirty backpacker and write again. Take some pictures that I won't edit for months and write and write and write. The book will now be split into 3 parts. It's not a novella anymore. I had to split part 2 into 2 parts, and so I can release it. I think each part is technically a novella by the official word count, if you look that up. I believe I am getting somewhere with it. I will do my best to get part 1 out in the next 2 months. I will record a lot more readings with different color versions of this setup and outfits and glasses, all to match. By the way, this makes me very nervous, talking to camera like this, as much as people would never believe that. I have to be... Last night was a clusterfuck. I will cut to some of the takes from that, but the camera switched off so many times, and I realized I had a loose HDMI cable, and that was causing the recording to switch off. That was frustrating, but there will be some outtakes from that. I'm going to stop the camera and start again and read something that one of the 2 main characters, one male, one female, and they are equally main characters. The book does not work without them being that level. They are completely parallel. I will read something, that he wrote as a response to a dream. Well, for me, personally, this concept came from me trying to resolve an issue. I will not go into details because I will get slapped again. That's too many details. But it's basically when you're stuck in those sort of almost paradoxical conundrums and you try your best to resolve them. And what I usually do, I would utilize the unused energy of, or the power of the mind during the sleeping hours. So a lot of people do this without knowing they're doing it, and a lot of people do it because they know that that's something that's possible. So you imagine and think about everything that you want resolved when you go to bed. Your subconscious, which is almost infinite in its calculations, it's your own personal AI. It's much better than the bullshit fucking one you're using on your phone. What it does is it just goes through all of the permutations of possibility and accesses more parts of who you are. So when you ask it to resolve a complex issue that involves yourself and everything around you, you do wake up, not with complete answers, but then I started getting these visions, and like imagination was crazy, but then from that gave me solution to the problem that I was trying to achieve. So I will read that now. I like it when these things go efficiently. James was sat at the desk. His arms framed the light of a desk lamp. Lighting the rest of the room was the window above, open to the clear winter night. 3 months had already passed. The knotted stomach, the emotional hurricane, still there. Knowing you could cry at any moment, but can't anymore. The waves were ever present. Feelings changed through them like gusts and breezes in the cold North Sea. James was writing out the dream he'd had. The dream that woke him 30 times, as 30 more times he slipped back into it in sequence. There was a drawing on the table next to the pages, next to the words, handwritten quickly so as not to lose the details. All I could see was my hands at first, hands frantically solving a metallic, heavy, cubic puzzle. Twisting and rotating and checking and rotating, then snap. The needles like nails shot out and fixed the fingers in place. As quickly as they arrived, they retracted, and the relentless twisting and tumbling of the cube continued. Were these my hands? I wasn't moving them. They were moved. Again and again the spikes shot out of the metallic squares. Their coloured sides shined, incandescent like the shells of beetles while walking around a leaf in sunlight. Stab after stab, the sound of each puncture slicing through the skin, then bone, then skin. Mechanical. The noise was like a steam printing press spurting out the world's headlines. And then I could feel it and see it. The first streams of viscous blood, fingerprinting spaces around the untainted squares. The hands continued on, and I noticed the blue of blue light beyond my focus. It sharpened, and there were doors all around. They had names on them. I looked around, and there were doors everywhere. I thought of where they might lead, and then the signs changed to that place or experience or desire, and I looked on and around, changing the doors with my mind quickly and suddenly. Between the sharp stabbing of the fingers and the sound of it, and the rotating of the twisting of the cube, I thought, imagining, and suddenly the fugue of the infinite overwhelmed, and I was dizzy, but still, as an automation, processing this puzzle in my hands, and then suddenly I noticed it wasn't twisting, or spiking, or making any sound at all. I brought my focus from the doors to my hands, and then I saw it. The puzzle was complete. Every square was the same colour. Blood, red, and resolved. Yeah! That was such a shitty read. I haven't read for ages out loud. Thank you.